Here is the next chapter for Dead by Daylight. Experience Call of Duty Zombies in the realm of the entity. In a twisted fragment of reality, the former inhabitants of Alcatraz Island exist in a perpetual cycle of torment brought upon them by one man's reckless pursuit of occult power. Enter Alcatraz Penitentiary, a place considered to be hell on earth under no circumstances, only becomes more nightmarish under the influence of the Dark Ether and of the entity. The new killer is the Warden. A sadistic occultist who led a double life as a prison warden, James Johnston was instrumental in the construction of a prison on Alcatraz Island after researching legends about a gateway to Garth within it. After tirelessly studying every occult interpretation by every scholar, making them real in flesh and blood, the Dark Ones were still silent. Growing restless, he began sacrificing any and all he could, prisoner and guard alike, in an attempt to awaken the forces of the island. Eventually, when the wicked were bled enough, the void called out and promised him what he desired, so long as he would sacrifice himself as he had done to so many others. His reward was a life sentence of his own. The Warden's power is locked down. Punishing the guilty was the destiny for which he bled and tortured and died for. The Warden starts with one charge of lockdown and gains a charge every 60 seconds up to a maximum of 3. He will gain 10 seconds of progress to the next charge when he hits a survivor or is blinded or stunned, 20 seconds for hooking a survivor, and 60 seconds for hooking a survivor for the first time. Consume 1 token to unleash a spectral slam which channels the tortured souls of Alcatraz. This will apply the exhausted, hindered, mangled, hemorrhage, oblivious, and blindness effects for 30 seconds to any survivor within 12 meters and make them scream but will not damage them. Objects in range are locked down and surrounded by spectral fire. Survivors who interact with lockdown objects will become afflicted by the aforementioned effects and will have their action speed reduced further during the interaction. The Warden also has a passive ability, Riot Control. When blinded or stunned, drop a smoke grenade lasting 30 seconds that is opaque to survivors but transparent to the Warden. See killer instinct of survivors inside the smoke. The Warden may also have additional abilities obtained through add-ons. Additional ability, Solitary Confinement. Survivors become afflicted by each of the aforementioned effects by a number of seconds depending on the add and rarity for every second they spend in the basement. Additional ability, Patrol. Within 5 seconds of hooking a survivor, press the active ability button to channel a teleport. The longer it is held, the further you will travel in the direction you are facing when you release the charge. You will suffer a fatigue after using this ability. Tilt distance and fatigue duration will depend on the add-on rarity. Additional ability, Deadpool. Exit gates cannot be opened for a certain duration after the final generator has been completed. Again, duration depends on the add-on rarity. The warning comes with 3 new perks. Contraband. Secrets cannot be kept from you. The auras of items are revealed within 12-meter range, even when being carried. Hitting a survivor with an item disables this perk for 40 seconds. Lights out. Hubris will blind them. Survivors with 16 meters of a generator that is completed will suffer from dull vision and the oblivious and blindness status effects for 60 seconds. Ensure that justice is served with no one escapes alive. Gain a token every time you hook a survivor. Each token gives 1% more movement speed. Once the final generator is completed, you can kill a survivor that you have hooked twice. Killing a survivor by the effect of this perk counts as a hook action for your perks and emblems. This perk will remain active so long as there is at least 1 totem remaining in the trial. Your survivor, Edward Richtofen. A brilliant scientist tormented by his past sins who desperately tried to do the right thing. When him and his lifelong allies were imprisoned in the hellish Alcatraz dimension by the Warden, he sacrificed himself so that they could escape. However, by breaking the endless paradox they had been stuck in for eternity, his comrades were unable to remember him, even as he was wiped from history right in front of them. In his dying breath, he cried for anyone to save him, and he felt cold blood return to his body as a black mist enveloped him. Edward Richtofen comes with 3 new perks. Better tomorrow. You gain strength from sacrificing yourself for others. Each time you take a protection hit, gain a 10% action speed buff and an additional 15% repair and heal buff for 30 seconds. Also gain 300 bonus points in the survival category for each protection hit. Ascend from darkness. You are ready to make the ultimate sacrifice for those who rely on you when this perk has been toggled on, and you are put into the dying state as a result of taking a protection hit for a carried survivor. You are sacrificed and gain 4,000 survival and altruism points. The survivor will immediately break free, gain the endurance effect until the next hit that would put them into the dying state, and move at 150% speed for 5 seconds. Blood of the Dead. The blood holds immense power which entices the entity. When you have been injured or in the dying state for a total of 420 seconds throughout the trial, this perk will activate. When you are sacrificed, the entity will respawn you far from the killer, and you will gain 2,000 survival points. A bright light will signal where this is occurred. You will return in the dying state and will automatically recover after 15 seconds. The perk will then deactivate. However, this immense power comes at a terrible cost. You will suffer from the exhausted, hindered, and broken status effects and also have a 50% reduction to repair and heal speeds for the remainder of the trial. You will also be unable to leave via the exit gates. Additionally, once you recover, the killer will see your aura for the rest of the trial and earn triple points from interactions with you. They will be notified that you have this perk after you are unhooked from the struggle phase. Atone for your sins, or punish others with the Call of Duty Zombies chapter in Dead by Daylight.